I'll explain my structure as I go through the steps, but you could pause to read if you want. I'll get started right away though. For example, number 1, it says, if it isn't too late, I will join you. And you see the first thing I did even before any of the steps is I expanded isn't into is not. That's just so that it's easier for me when I try to find A and B. So I'm going to say whatever you label as A and B doesn't matter, by the way. A I'm going to put as it is too late, and then B I will put as I will join you. Okay, so we did step number 1. Find logical connectives. I find that it's just whatever we didn't circle. So it'd be if and not. Now we're going to rewrite it, but we're going to leave if and not, the logical connectives, alone. We're just going to substitute A and B in. So this would look like if not A, then so here I just wrote the comma to keep it consistent with this comma, but this is actually just saying if not A, then B. So substitute done. Now rearrange to standard form. What I mean by standard form is like if something, then something, like stuff like that. Like it's to be in this order. And the next example I'll show you, it won't be in this order, so we'll have to rearrange it, but right now it's fine, so we leave it as is. I'm going to write this into symbolic notation, and if you remember, if something then something, that's referring to material consequence. And this is known as this symbol. Yeah, this symbol here. It's also written as only if. So I'm going to write, and the not here, you know that, not is this. So I'll rewrite it. Not A, only if B. So yeah, you just basically ignore the if here. Now, last step is to translate it back into Pseudo-English. Pseudo-English, the form here is perfect, so no need to like move stuff around, even if it sounds like awkward or weird. I'll separate it so that it's easier for you to see, but so it's just in that order. So this is going to be something we see a lot, at least in this assignment. The not symbol is always going to be translated into it is not the case that. And then A we know is this one. It is too late, and then we know that this symbol means only if. I'll box this one to show that it's also constant. And then B is I will join you. So then all put together, it sounds like
It is not the case that it is too late. Only if I will join you. Okay,
that's the correct answer according to the assignment. And example number 2 is a little different. It says, I will join you if it isn't too late. So again, I separated isn't into is not. And now I'm going to find A and B. This time I'm going to label as A. And then it is too late, I'll label as B. All we have left is if and not. They're going to be our logical connectives. Let me write out A and B though. And then substituting A and B, it's going to look like yeah, if not B. Okay, and if you see here, the form we want it to be is standard form. I just call it that. I don't know if it's actually called that. If then. If should be the first word, but A is in front right now. So we're going to bring it over here. So that's if not B, then A. Okay? And then we know that this is material consequence, meaning this is going to look like not B only if A. Okay, and then translating this. So I copy pasted the Pseudo-English terms for not and only if. So now we're going to translate B and A again, or substitute B and A again. So that B is too late, and I will join you. So the final. Also, now to answer your question was about like why do some sentences we mix up the orders and some we don't. If you look at the structure, number 4, we have the step of rearranging to standard form. So sometimes the sentences are in standard form and others aren't. But for me, it's hard to know unless like I actually go through these steps. So that's why like I don't worry about like, oh, is this a sentence that I need to rearrange or not before doing anything? Because as I go through the steps, like I'll figure out like if I need to bring this A like to over here, or if I could just leave it as is. For example, number 1, let me just rewrite this to be consistent. Yeah, so for now, both of these, it is not too late is A, and then I will join you is B. Even though this one A was first and then B is last, this one B is first and A is last, we ended up with what did we end up with? If not A, oh yeah, this where we write A as first and B as last. So yeah, that's only because example number 1, which is consistent with the end form, it was already in the correct order. Whereas example number 2, B was in front even though it should be over here according to the standard form. So that's why this one was changed.